forgot about my rap. You're not a serious family show. You are acting like Johnny Depp. Doing from exponential potential to not being able to pay for the rental or even a bill from the dent on the house. That for your mental. I've been through hard times too. The situation demand I bring the hard rhymes through. That's why I'm raw times too.
Check 1, check 2. This is Big Dog, Easy Dick, coming at you at the AM hour. Hooah!
It's all serious biz, no time remains for the cattle defecation. You spitting right in this brain, what the
Welcome back, listeners, to episode 65 of Breakup Gaming Society, a show about hip-hop, board games, and booze, and really what happens to the two former when you've overindulged in the latter. I'm your host, the Colonel Hector Bravado, with a special episode today. And first of all, and there's a reason for this, I want to congratulate Bannerless Games. Bannerless Games. They recently won an ENnie award. It's capital E-N, lowercase N-I-E. It's an award given out, I think it's fan-driven, to creative tabletop games. And I was pleasantly surprised to see Bannerless Games 1680, Void 1680 AM on the list. It had popped on my radar months before, and it's neat to see it strike a chord. What is it? It's a game that sort of structures everyone's elemental closet impulse to be a DJ and gives you some simple storytelling prompts about biographically and emotionally how to think about your set. And so we played it. By we, I mean me and the guy you heard on our cold intro goofing around. That was the Hymenator, a.k.a. Professor D, a.k.a. Bussin' Dustin, who gamely invited to come over and play the part of all the call-in listeners while I played the DJ. And, well, there's a couple things that happened. One, I usually have a drink of the week segment, then a game of the week segment, or a game of the week and track of the week segment. But since this role-playing game generated a 12-track playlist that's kind of shambolic, but definitely shows the many angles of summer that I sort of wanted to do, I'm saying that kind of obviates track of the week. If you want to hear any of the songs that we talk about in our bumpers and during the call-in segments, head to YouTube and find Breakup Gaming Society. I put them all in order as they appear on the show in a playlist. And I think if the creator of 1680, Jesus Christ, get the name right, Void 1680 AM, doesn't mind our general silly humor and the several FCC no swears we did during our drunken recording, then you might hear it on Bannerless Games channels as well. So I just want to thank the makers for making it. Thank Bussin' Dustin for coming over and role-playing some of the kind of silly banter between me, the DJ, and three different characters he chose to call in. It was very silly, but it's a silly show. That leaves only one other standalone segment. And that's Drink of the Week, which is also part and parcel of the evening. Now, at this point, it's so hot that, my living room is still 85 freaking degrees at 9 at night. So I wasn't cooking or grilling nothing. So I'm like, Professor D, how about we just do a little Zakouski, which we did our own lame version of Zakouski. Now, Zakouski is when a bunch of Russians would get together and they would fill an entire table with platters of smoked fish and pickled fish and creamy mayonnaise salads and almost any pickled kind of thing you can think of, and rye bread. And of course, this was all designed to cushion your stomach for the immense amounts of chilled vodka that you're supposed to drink during a Zakouski. So we did our own redneck Zakouski, and one of the things that makes Bussin' Dustin not only fun on the mic, but a great guest is, A, the dude's punctual, B, he's got pretty good chops in the kitchen, so he showed up with a homemade, very pungent and peppery coleslaw he just whipped up, which was good. I'd made some pickled bar eggs based on a recipe I found from some guy in a moribund city in Kansas. And we had rye bread and some store pickles, some smoked fish, and some stinky cheese. As a matter of fact, the room was warm enough. After a while, we had to remove the plate and spent the night drinking one of my summer standards. I've talked about it before on the show. A nice, just big, super frosty, shaken in the shaker, straight shot of Stoli with maybe a squeeze of lime. But dang, if Professor D didn't surprise me by, he's like, do you have, he pulls out a bottle of Frangelico and a whole lemon, and he asks me if I have any sugar. I'm like, yeah. And he proceeds to intersperse my straight Stoli shots with chocolate cake shots. And apparently it's, chilled Frangelico, the Stoli. He'd shake it up, strain that into a shot glass, and then top it with a lemon and the sugar. So we'd toss that back. Now, would I drink a drink that sweet of my own accord? Probably not. But, he was thoughtful enough to bring over extra stuff, so of course we're going to drink it. And we ended up drinking 3 or 4 of them. And I will say, it tasted exactly like a damn chocolate cake. And with the sugared lemon chaser afterward, it almost, I think I said so at the time, felt a little bit like getting to sample 2 or 3 things from a dessert tower. Except instead of having dessert, you're just getting very drunk. So drink of the week was chilled Stoli up with a lime and the chocolate cake shot, courtesy of Bussin' Dussin'. Now, this is the last time you're going to hear from me for this block, because I'm about to, again, hit you in totality with our recording of our playthrough of Void 1680 AM. I played, since we're called Breakup Gaming Society, I decided our radio station would be KBGS. Get it? Breakup Gaming. You're following along out of Starkville, Colorado. And I introduced songs. Again, you can hear all these songs at Breakup Gaming Society's YouTube channel. I made a playlist. I picked some fun old rock chestnuts, some weird old boogie woogie, some craft work. I was drunk, but that's the way it works. Anyway, without further ado, here comes not only the game of the week, but 12 tracks of the week. Thanks again, Professor D. And thank you, Bannerless Games. Hello and good evening. It's your friend, the Colonel Hector Bravado, your overnight friend from KBGS. We are a Void 1680 AM affiliate, broadcasting live from the formerly glorious working-class coal town of Starkville, Colorado. Welcome to our overnight set. The theme is going to be summer and its many manifestations. The summer that we lived, the summer that we imagined, and unfortunately, sometimes the summer that was sold to us but never occurred. Let's kick off the set, shall we? I'm just going to start it this way because these drums are probably the strongest opening drums of any classic rock song ever. Yes, welcome back. You are back in the clutches of the Colonel Hector Bravado, broadcasting for your friends and mine, KBGS from Starkville. Later in that set, you heard Pocket Calculator by Kraftwerk, and then also La Campanella by Franz Liszt. This is the kind of summer I'm having, but wait a second, hold on. This doesn't happen often. I didn't even know this station had a phone number, but the phone's lighting up. Let's see who's there. Hello, caller, you are on the air.
Hey, this is Donnie Drake. So good to hear from you. Haven't heard good music like this in quite some time. The reason I called in, well, to be honest, I felt like calling in before I heard the music, and then I heard that beautiful Seeger song. I think it was called Billy Goat's Gruff, and then at some point you were doing the piano, and that shit just took me back, and I don't know, I'm not going to take up all your time here. I'm not going to talk about this, that, and the other thing, but my mom played piano. My brother played piano, and I'd sing like a hound dog when they were hitting the ivory, and so anyways, I just called in to say hell yeah and hallelujah and keep the keep that flavor coming, brother.
Well, God bless you, Donnie. God bless your heart, and thank you for calling in. And by the way, there's many a family's life who has been enriched by the sound of an honest-to-God hammers on strings and pedals. And the family that plays together stays together, Donnie. Hey, and I don't know what in the heck your mom played, but here's something I want to do for you, my friend. Sometime in the next set, I'm going to play a song in which piano figures prominently, and that's going to be for you, my man. What do you think about that?
Well, hey, Colonel B, Mr. Bravado, just to hear your voice responding to me here on the air, man, I feel real good about myself and about the music, but knowing you're going to play a little piano for me, I say, hell yeah, let's get her done, brother.
Roger that, Mr. Donnie Drake. Here we go, kids, into our summer and into the second set of the evening. So, Donnie, I'm feeling horns growing out of my head right now. Must be late at night. So what we're going to do right now is going to play a song that features a villain, and also something which, in acknowledgement to you and your beautiful family, a piano figures prominently. All right? Hello, welcome back. In the last 2/3 of that set, you heard Breakdance Beach by Hail Mary Mallon, which I thought was pretty summery. What did he say? Let's have a monumental baked clam feast? Something a well-known Ray-Bans thief? Fun stuff. And then after that, we heard I Just Wanted to Feel Sexy. It was Lick the Spoon by Foxy Cheeks, which, by the way, the album original, no good. I played the Rory Hoy remix. That's the one you want. Oh, wait a minute. Holy shit, this doesn't happen often. The phone's, line number 1 is coming up again. Let's see who we're talking to. Hello, this is the Colonel Hector Bravado of KBGS. Who am I talking to?
Yes, sir, this is Mike Brandy. Never called in, never done a thing like this, but I guess, why did I call in? Well, I heard a song. I heard Lick the Spoon by the Foxy Chicks, and for me, I don't know about for you, but the Foxy Chicks were pretty important growing up.
Well, Mike Brandy, God bless you. I love that you love Foxy Chicks, or as we may know them here at KBGS, Foxy Cheeks, CHEEX. But, Mike, I'm going to give the floor back to you. Tell me what's on your mind this hot, sweltery midsummer evening.
Yeah, for sure. 1680 is the shit, and like I said before, Mr. B, I love what you do, but the Foxy Chicks, for me, reminded me of a dream I had like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and I've never called in, I've never done shit like this before, but Lick the Spoon. It took me right back to, experimenting in college. I wasn't in college, but I visited a friend, and I'd put the needle in the spoon. I'd do that whole dance, and I don't mean to overshare or anything, but you just took me back to a place and time, and I really do appreciate that. So peace and love and good vibes to y'all.
Well, Mike, I'll be damned. I thought we'd begin the track with what I would hope was a veiled fellatio reference, but all of a sudden, we've gone to a very literal spoon. I didn't realize we had a real live mainliner on the line tonight in either case. Mike, I thank you for calling in, and I just wish you Jesus' blessing in finding your way. Oh, shit. So, for those just tuning in, you are listening to KBGS out of Starkville, a 1680 Void AM affiliate. I don't know. That's for something the boys in the boardroom to decide. In the last 2 cuts, you heard New San Antonio Rose by Bob Wills and his Texas Playboys, something which I'm pretty sure my pappy heard when he was a boy, when my grandpa, his dad, was in the Army Air Corps. And then after that, another trip down nostalgia lane, something I'm pretty sure I heard as a kid, which was Boogie Woogie on NPR. That was Dive Bomber by the incomparable Pete Johnson, he of the lethal left hand. But, oh my Lord in heaven, I'm already watching the moon cross the sky, and now the phones are lighting up again. tell you what, let's pick it up and see who's there. Hello, this is the Colonel Hector Bravado. You are alive on KBGS. Who am I talking to?
Hey, Brian. Man, long-time listener, first-time caller. Great to hear you every night. Great to hear your music. Big fan. Just kind of feeling, nostalgic tonight, a little romantic. And when I heard the boogie woogie, I was like, shit, I'm calling tonight. Fuck it. So keep up the good work. 1680.
All right, Brian, I think I know where you're coming from. There's only one thing I want to know, and I'm going to lead off my last set for the evening, dedicated to you and your vague heartache, because we all have them. What year were you born, Bri?
Good question, big dog. I was born in 79, motherfucker.
Brian, I'm going to play you something. This band, 95% of the stuff that they cut didn't hit for me. When they do hit, it's the best ever. Gonna hit you with some U2 from 1993. That was Stay by U2. Beautiful chord progression. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just a great pop song. And it's just flowing with hurt and honey. So, this is the Colonel Hector Bravado, KBGS Starkville, broadcasting on the 1680 Void AM network. And I've got 2 songs before the night is out. And I'm going to hit you with a cover of a guy who died of sheer alcoholism at age 39. Massive liver failure, I believe. But however, this song was not only my wallowing song when I was going through a heartbreak, but also somehow became my post-heartbreak song. I'm about to play you Kevin Morby and Waxahachie's cover of Farewell Transmission. And then, to round up the night, you know what? My producer said, what makes you feel invincible? And you know what? Screw it. We're going to finish the night with a song from 1999 called I Get Wet by Andrew W.K. Oh, it's great fun. Until then, may you thrash and kill every demon shadow and egregore in the desert of all your cactus. And this is the Colonel Hector Bravado of KBGS saying, may you fight long and well.